Hello, hello. Welcome to She's a Busy Girl. I'm Stephanie and I am working on some cool little doohickeys. I'm sure this is not an original idea, but I like them. I originally started out wanting to kind of make my own version of the vintage photo slides. And so I printed some images on vellum. You see that it's kind of translucent there. And I sandwiched it in between these die cut frames. Put a little eyelet on here with a bulb pin and just added a little word strip that I just made up on it's a Word document, so I just made it up. But I did this butterfly, and this butterfly is from the Graphics Fairy premium membership site. And I did this little bird, also from the Graphics Fairy. And this actually is one of my vintage photos that I have collected. And I lovingly call them Fred and Ethel. I can't remember, were they the neighbors on the Honeymooners, or were they I Love Lucy? I can't remember, but anyhow, I thought I'd show you how I made these this evening. And so what I did was I've got this nifty little die. This is, I think it's an older Sizzix die. It's frames rivet combo, and it does a rectangle with an oval, and a square with a circle. And so the rectangle actually is where I started out, because that one, of course, looks more like the photo slide. But then I was just like, well, heck, why not use them all? So I did. And I got some more photos printed out on vellum here. This is another one of my antique photos that I printed out. And there is another Graphics Fairy butterfly and birdie. And then I've got some frames that I cut from that Sizzix die. And what I did, because I have tried to do this with wet glue, like this best glue ever. It's supposed to work on vellum, and that's fantastic. However, it gets everywhere, and it's ruined more than one project for me now. So what I used, let me grab it, were these Sizzix adhesive sheets. And so I just put that on the back of my cardstock and ran it through my Big Shot. And so now the backs of my frames are already adhesive, and I think that's just gonna work better for me, quite honestly, because I just can't keep it clean, I guess is the best way to put it. So I'm going to start out with the round one, and I have cut down my vellum here to fit behind my little frame. The only problem with using the adhesive on the back of the paper is A, you gotta get it off, and now it's gone through the Big Shot. Okay, yay! Okay, that was fairly easy. And B, you only get one shot at this, partner. That's all you get. All right, so let's do it this way, if I can. Get it off my fingers. Okay, so let's position the little birdie and put it down. And then we've got our other side, which, okay, I guess that backing's not that difficult to get off. All right, and then line it up. Okay, maybe we'll line it up this way. And there we go. We have got our little bird picture inside our frame. And the way I finished these, whoa, sorry, throwing stuff. The way I finished these is that I took my Distress ink in Vintage Photo. It's my favorite one. And I just kind of went around the edges of the frame. I like it. I like things to be grungy and old looking. except my house. I don't like my house to be grungy and old looking. Sometimes it gets that way, especially after a full weekend of crafting, but I don't like it to remain that way. So, okay, so we've got that inked. And next we want to put our rivet in. So, rivet, good gracious. Who do I think I am? Rosie the Riveter? Okay, we want to put our eyelet in. So I've got my crocodile, my big guy here. And I'm going to, the holes in this die aren't quite large enough for the eyelets. So I did pop a hole for it. And then I buy my eyelets, these are the 1/8 inch, I think. And I buy my eyelets on Amazon. And I do the same with my bulb pins as well. I know there are a lot of name brand ones out there. I just get way more for my money when I go on Amazon. So I get more of a selection. So I bought this little tub of them, and I've got 6 colors in here. So that works for me. All right, so we're gonna put our eyelet in this corner hole here, and then we'll smush it to set it. There we go. That is smushed. Whoa, didn't set that down quite right, did I? All right, and then we will get in here, and I used a black eyelet, so we will get a black bulb pin and attach it here. And then lastly, I've got a few more of my little words that I did. Let's see. I like the little numbers too. I did those on red. Let's see. I'm going to use the word journey on this one. Let's just get a little bit of ink on journey because it's just a little bit bright for what I'm going for here. So we'll get, oh, well, I smushed it, but as it turns out, it just kind of lends to its vintage beauty, I guess. All right, so for this, because I am not going to attach it to the vellum, I'm attaching it to the paper frame, I'm just going to use a glue stick. And we're going to lay this right down on the bottom there. And there we go. And there we go. That is all there is to it to make this cute little charm, I guess you would call it. But it's kind of my take on the vintage photo slides / journal charm / maybe put a tab on it and have it a little pull out from a pocket or something like that. And so there is the one we just made together in literally like 5 minutes. And then here are some other ones. Now these I cut out of craft cardstock. And then this one I cut out of a brown cardstock. Now that was an ivory cardstock, so it's a little bit lighter, but you know, you want to have a good mix and lots to choose from. And since I've got all of those journals in the works, I was like, okay, I need to make some little pieces of this and that to go in those journals. So this is what I have been making this evening. And I wanted to just kind of share it with you. And if you think it's a great idea, then try some too, because they turn out awfully cute. Awfully cute. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you hanging out with me, and I will talk to you again real soon. Take care.